Today we're back reading some more Entitled Parents and it's going to be so fun. I feel like we're on this subreddit all the time, but you know what? That's okay. I love sitting back and reading stuff like this and I hope you guys do too. Pretty sure you do because we do stuff like this every single day. I don't have much to tell you guys. I had a beautiful day today and I've got a feeling this is going to make it even more beautiful. Enjoy, guys. My father won't come to my wedding, so I've made a few posts within the past few years regarding my insane relatives. Long story short, those that don't want to read my older posts, father's wife is a terrible person who I have absolutely no desire to be near. Well, I'm getting married very soon. I've tried to extend an olive branch towards my father out of an obligation to myself. The only condition is that his wife does not attend. With his invite, I sent him a letter explaining as much, but still kept it very polite and positive. He never sent his RSVP back, so I reached out to him. He stated that he won't come unless he's allowed to bring his wife. He said he's tired of putting his feelings aside for others. Yeah, because my wedding is totally about your fee-fees. This is the kind of crap that reminds me why we have a trained and non-existent relationship to begin with. His wife will always and forever be his priority. To hell with these kids who are traumatized and have PTSD from her treatment of them during childhood. Yeah, what a sucky sort of situation. But 100% don't let them come to the wedding. Yeah, like the top comment says, stick to your guns, do not let her come. If dad won't come because of it, that's on him. The next one is called Entitled Mum Wants My Annual Pass Discount. I haven't been on this subreddit in so long, but this happened to me this week and I have to share it somewhere. So I have an annual pass for Efteling, one of the most famous theme parks in Europe. I pay €200 plus a year for my annual pass. This pass comes with benefits such as a 5% discount on souvenirs and food. I happen to be in a souvenir shop where I bought some pins because I collect them. In front of me is a woman with a stroller full of goods. No kid though. Little kids' PJs, blankets, plushies, and all sorts of merch and souvenirs. She just finished paying and she sees me holding my pass. She suddenly looks very happy and says to me, "Oh, you have an annual pass? I was looking for an annual pass holder to befriend so I could get a discount." Her actual words. The cashier looks at me with a hell no face. She turns to the cashier and says, "Can I return all this and buy it again with her discount?" To which he obviously says no. She leaves the shop somewhat annoyed and I go and pay for my pins. I chatted with the cashier for a bit and he sighed and said, "The audacity of some people. Even if I had met her before and she asked for a discount, I would have definitely said no. I pay for my annual pass with my own money and if she wants a discount, she should get her own pass. The only people who can benefit from my discount are my friends and family and me, not some random lady who buys a crap ton of souvenirs and feels entitled to other people's discounts." Later on, I walked out of the shop and I heard her talking to a friend or sister, I don't know, about how she could have gotten a 10% discount if people were nice to her. Lady, it's only 5% and I'd be surprised if she actually found somebody to give her the discount with that attitude. What's your take on this? It's shop policy, of course, but what would you do if somebody asked you for a discount like that? If they're buying heaps of random stuff, they can't need a discount that bad. But yeah, it sounds like you handled it perfectly. I would have done the exact same. Or maybe just straight up ignored them if they were being obviously rude. Like, sorry, you're not talking to me, are you? Sorry, no, we're not gonna have a conversation. Bye. The next one is called My Mum Thinks She's Entitled to a Grandchild at All Times. My husband and I live with my mum because she's a low income earner. She can't afford to pay her mortgage, so we help her pay her mortgage and house maintenance, etc. I also pay for most of her bills and all her car notes. In return, she helps with babysitting when she's free. Lately, she started to become controlling towards my 2-year-old. She's yelled and screamed at her almost every other day and said nasty things. A couple of days ago, my daughter wanted to sleep with her, so I let her. Middle of the night, daughter started crying profusely, so I came out to check and I was picking up my daughter from her bed to come sleep with me. My mum suddenly snatched her away from me and said, "No, she cannot sleep with you, let her go." I was shocked and I said, "That's my daughter, what's wrong with you?" She then said, "But she's my grandchild." Continued to pull her from me while my daughter was crying. The next morning she acted as if nothing happened, yeah, of course, and tried to converse with me. It was extremely bizarre and since then I can't look at it the same way and I haven't spoken to her. I talked about this to my direct relatives and they said that I'm wrong. What do you mean? And they took my mum's side. I'm honestly not sure what to say anymore. Am I the bad one here? First of all, keep in mind you're completely supporting them and now they're starting to become possessive with your child. You're already not in the wrong. For context, my mum was borderline abusive to me my entire life and never took accountability for any of her wrongdoings. Everything she did, she claimed, was because she wanted good things for me. I confronted her many times about yelling at my child, but she hasn't stopped, claiming that your daughter is bad, so I have to teach her. My daughter is literally 2 and can barely speak. Not sure what's so bad about her spilling spilling water or wanting to draw on the floor. Update, lots of folks here are asking why I allow my daughter to be in her life. It's a long story of how I got there, but over the years I thought my mum had changed and become a nicer person. I've always assumed it must have been hard being a single mum raising kids. That's why I could understand why she was angry at us lots of times. And my daughter's obviously not near her anymore after what happened. I'm still processing the situation and trying my best here. A lot of people in my comments don't understand cultural aspects. Please read my replies to comments below. However, thank you for all the comments. I've made my decision for this matter and I'll stop replying to the comments. Yeah, 100% the top comment. Your mum's financial problems are not your problem. There is help for low income people, but if she was borderline abusive to you, why in the hell would you open up your daughter to the same behaviors? You need to get out of your mother's home, and if she is that badly off, and if all of your other relatives think she was right, she can live with them. But get the hell out with your kid ASAP. And OP responded, she seemed to change over the years and lessen her behaviors when I started making decent money, so I allowed her, thinking she'd not be abusive to my child. I grew up in a tradition where kids owed parents their lives, so I have to support her. I don't know how to cut her off and where she'd go if she couldn't pay her mortgage anymore. Yeah, wow, that's not a fun situation. But yeah, at the end of the day, these issues are your mum's issues and not yours, and you shouldn't feel obligated to have to completely support them just because they gave birth to you. And for what? For them to be awful to you? Nah, definitely not. All the best with this. The next one is called My Mum is Jealous. My mum is jealous of me, 30 male, and it's weirding me out. Any slightest indication of my wife being intimate to me, my mum will let my wife know that she needs to be careful with me and that I'm her son first and my wife's husband second. I'm talking about an instance where my wife posts on social media or simply talks nice about me. Is that normal behavior? Should I talk to a professional about this? It's gotten to the point where my wife is having to watch everything she does, and it's having an inevitable consequence in my family life. Right now my mum's visiting us for a few weeks, and it's created the most awkward situation in my household. Oh my god, I bet it has, and you have to deal with this for a few weeks? Nah. That's so strange. That's definitely not normal, and that's definitely the mum's issue. Like, yeah, obviously they have a right to say something if you're being straight up inappropriate, but you're not being inappropriate even a little bit. Doing and saying completely normal stuff. Yeah, no, that's super weird. The next one is called Mum Gets Mad at Me for Spending Any Money Whatsoever. So today we had a late start for school for seniors specifically, and if you didn't have a ride, you'd have to get there 4 hours early and sit there and do nothing while the other grades did their mock sat. I didn't want to do that, so I ordered an Uber. My mum and her boyfriend went out, and I figured they'd be out for the entire morning and wouldn't come home until after I was gone. I was wrong and they were there, and the Uber came at the same time. They proceeded to get mad at me for spending my money, and I just think it's ridiculous. I'm excellent about saving my money. I never spend more than 20% of my paycheck per month. So why is it that I, a teenager, am expected to save all my money? Is that really realistic to expect of a teenager? My mum and her boyfriend proceed to get mad at me and then refuse to buy anything or invest anything in me, including food and basic necessities, even refusing to take me for a ride to places because I have my own money. It's super infuriating to be refused of food and literally anything because I spent $8 to get to school. Anyone else deal with this? What? No, that's so awful. And denying food and basic necessities? Nah. And yeah, the top comment, make sure that your money is secure and not accessible to them in case they want to become total control freaks. Yeah, which definitely sounds like it could be a possibility from what they've said. God, that's so bad. The next one is called My Mum Low-Key Spoilt My Wedding. So there's a lot of context leading up to the drama, which I'll do my best to sum up, but basically me and my partner decided to have a child-free wedding, and my brother and mother were absolutely horrified, told me I was ripping the family apart, etc, etc, ruined my engagement, the whole shebang. Fast forward a few months and my brother has largely moved on, and my mother is trying her best but still has an occasional strop about it. Now, the day before my wedding, all hell breaks loose. My other brother, who bless him is the only person who didn't upset me during the planning of the wedding, calls me and says that he has COVID. Oh no, we have a number of vulnerable people coming and I can't risk anyone getting ill. I'm really close to him and devastated that he can't come. I call my mother in tears, and instead of reassuring me that the wedding will still be lovely or anything like that, she admits that the wedding will be crap and is largely upset about all the food that she's bought that'll go to waste. So I'm furious. We argue. She insinuates that everyone thinks less of me because the whole child-free crap. She then essentially emotionally blackmails me into inviting my sister-in-law and young niece because if I don't, she won't have anyone to talk to. I said I was glad I was going to become a member of a different family. Not my finest moment, admittedly, but I'd reached the end of my tether. Skip to the evening. I'm heading to my mother's for the night with my maid of honor. I call my mum to let her know that we're on my way, and she she's hammered. She can barely string a sentence together. We arrive and I have to look after her, and my maid of honor makes us dinner. We have to collect the flowers without her, and neither of us drive. I'm trying to sober her up, all the while she's phoning and messaging her friends telling them that my wedding is a disaster. Lovely. I'm so angry by this point. I can barely keep it together. The wedding day arrives and all things considered was absolutely wonderful. My mother barely spoke to me, and we haven't spoken properly since the wedding about 3 weeks ago. No apology, nothing. The kicker is that her response to my brother when he said how hurt I was to say, we're both hurt. So yeah, there's a better chance of hell freezing over than her actually taking responsibility for her actions. I'm at a loss here and I don't know how to move forward. I don't want to speak to her first because I know she won't apologize, but I don't think I can just brush this under the carpet. Am I overreacting? The mum sounds awful in this. You're 100% not overreacting. Everything that you've said here has shown how much they only think about themselves. Like, it's so self-centered and just nasty. And also, like this comment says, you're not overreacting, but you also won't get what you seek from her. Listen, you know the type of person that your mum is. You involved her in the wedding planning anyway, even cried to her when you found out that your brother wasn't coming. You need to divorce yourself from the need to be with her and validated by her, and just accept that she's not a very good support person. Yeah, sorry you had to deal with this. That's awful. The next one is called, I don't care that your horse doesn't really like kids. Let my little angel ride him. For context, this happened 6 months ago, and the Karen was asked to move her horse. Also, I wouldn't let her kid ride my horse because 1, it was 36 degrees outside, and 2, my horse doesn't really like kids, and it was a super hot summer's day, and I was walking my horse to wash rack after lunging him. Karen walked up to me while I was washing my horse. We had a normal conversation until she asked if her kid could ride my horse. I told her no, it's too hot out and my horse doesn't like kids. She stormed off and I put my horse in pasture and went into the tack room and grabbed my saddle. I took my saddle outside to wash it, and Karen stomped up to me screaming at me with her kid in tow, calling me an entitled a-hole. No way. She grabbed my saddle, threw it onto the ground, and then she picked up the stand that my saddle was on and threw it on my saddle before storming away. God, it's so hard to believe that these people are real. Like, imagine having a tantrum because your kid can't ride somebody else's horse, and then also to throw the saddle and maybe damage it as well. Yeah, well, people are unbelievable. The next one is called Family Wants My Cat. I'm staying with my parents for a few months, and they have another cat that doesn't really have a personality, so they love my cat. I have a niece whose mother is now a vet, and the niece keeps saying that she's gonna have my cat one day. What? I think she thinks this because I gave them my cat one time that they really, really wanted, but then he died of cancer. Anyway, I don't know, it's just weird to me. Like, my niece is in 4th grade, so I know kids just say whatever, but my stepmom also says things about my cat, like after I move out, the cat is gonna be theirs. But my stepmom also says things about my cat, like after I move out, the cat is gonna be theirs. Jokingly, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't really sound like they are joking. You need to tell them right now that it's your cat. Yeah, like the top comment says, you need to set a boundary with them. Every time one of them says they'll be keeping the cat, say, no you won't. That's my cat, and where I live is where the cat lives, even if you have to get stern. And they say, I'm only joking. Just keep saying it, especially since in the past you have given your aunt a cat that was yours. Yeah, 1,000,000%. And that's not rude or anything either. Like, this is my cat. What are you talking about? It's gonna be yours? No, it's not. That's so frustrating. The next one is called My Mother EM Gave My Spoiled Brother EK all of my Special Olympics trophies and medals because, quote unquote, you don't deserve these. So this happened over 5 years ago, and I was reminded by someone's post when their spoiled cousin destroyed one of their track medals because he couldn't have it, so here I go. So when I was in middle school, I, having undiagnosed autism, played Special Olympics because I wasn't allowed on an actual team because I might get an offer to college, and that was not allowed, at least for me. Well, this spring meet where all the area schools played track and field events against each other, I was so fast I was put in the 400-meter dash and long jump, and a few other races. I got first place in most of the events I played, and a few second place trophies and medals, and then I also played Special Olympics basketball, and I was really good at that. Our school team got second place, and we all received medals and a small trophy. Well, when I got home, EK was very jealous because, EK, why can't I have the trophies? Me, because they're mine and I worked hard to earn them. EK, well, I want them. It's not fair. I deserve them. No, you don't. Me, no, I earned them. Entitled Mum, you heard EK. Give him one of your trophies and medals. Me, I worked hard for these. I'm not giving them to EK. Entitled Mum, I don't care. EK deserves them more. Me, but I worked really hard. Aren't you even proud of me? Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. That sucks. But yeah, of course, you're right. You completely earned them. Oh, what an awful thing for a parent parent to say? The top comment says favoritism much? Yeah, 100%, and that's so sad. Sorry that you have to deal with this. My male 21, mother 60 thinks I have the obligation of telling her everything about what our family does. Ever since the divorce of my parents about a year ago now, my mum has asked me now and again what my father was doing, where he was, if he had a new girlfriend. It got to the point where she asked me where that new girlfriend lives. Mind you, I never answered any question and I just kept on repeating, if you want to know something about my father, then ask him. Whenever I said to her that I wouldn't give her info because it wasn't my job to be the post office between her and my father, she claimed that I didn't care about her, that if I cared, I'd be on her side. I didn't fall into that trap and I established a clear boundary about those questions. She felt attacked, but we carried on. Today, I told her I was going to a show with my father and brother. For a reason I don't know, my brother never answers any of my mother's texts or calls. She asked me if my brother was coming, and I told her that she could ask him. She started with the whole, you don't care about me and stuff. She repeated that over and over, and I wanted to say that I did care about her, but I said that I didn't. It was a mental slip. I realized my mistake immediately, and I told her that I misspoke and said sorry. She decided to fixate on the fact that I said that I didn't care about her and left the room. Of course, I realized I did have some responsibilities because I misspoke. I went to her room and I said sorry, that I did care about her and that she should ask my brother directly. She started yelling, saying that she's given me everything in life. I asked her if I had the obligation of telling her absolutely everything she wanted to know, and she said that if it was about family that I should. I realized that I wasn't going to change her mind and I left the room. Am I the a-hole here? Is my mother manipulating me emotionally? Oh my god, yeah, 100%. Yeah, like this comment says, yeah, your mother is manipulating you severely. She's completely wrong to ask you to report on anyone else's activities, or even to require you to report on your own activities when they don't concern her. No, you are not at fault. You're not your mum's spy or informant, and your brief slip saying that you didn't care about her was understandable given that she kept telling you that you didn't, and you did your best to make it right. You could turn that around in demanding that kind of information from you. She's showing that she doesn't care about you, and I'm sorry, she's trying to use you as a spy. Yeah, continue to tell her that if she wants information about anyone, she should contact that person directly. That is the right thing to do. Yeah, 1,000,000%. And I'm pretty sure we all know what time it is. I feel like that's enough entitled parents for today, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time, but we need something wholesome. One time about 5 years ago into our relationship, my girlfriend, now wife, and I were in separate rooms in our one-bedroom apartment in early December. From the other room, she hollered to me, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'd been working full-time, taking part-time uni classes to finish my degree, and I'd been volunteering as part of a youth mentor program. So I said, all I really want is a break. 3 weeks later, I'm unwrapping a very heavy shoebox. After getting through the mountain of duct tape and several layers of wrapping paper, I had my very own brick. I really didn't understand what you wanted it for, she said, but you sounded so sure of it. Oh, that's so cute. So here you go. Cue about 10 minutes of laugh, and now that brick sits proudly on my desk. Every time I'm overwhelmed or feeling like I've taken on too much, I look at it, pick it up, have a little laugh, and put it back down and carry on. Best gift ever. Wow, that's so adorable. They're like, what's that? You want a brick? That's a little bit strange, but okay. I'll get you one. And yeah, it turned out to be a super good present and a reminder of your marriage as well. That's so beautiful. My 8-year-old in the car today. Do you want me to throw the confetti in my pocket? Me? No, not in the car. Why do you have confetti in your pocket? 8-year-old, it's my emergency confetti. I carry it everywhere in case there's good news. That's also so cute. Like, oh my god, that's incredible. And some 8-year-old throws some confetti out of their pocket. That's so sweet. We found our cat's old toy under the fridge. Oh, that's so beautiful. And they definitely missed it. Oh my god, I never thought I'd see you again. My beautiful little fish. Oh my god, and also in the first picture when they're a kitten, they're almost the same size as the fish. Kittens are so cute. They're so tiny. Buffins, winner of the title of Cat with the Most Appealing Expression in 1958. Oh, little Buffins. And yeah, that's a very appealing expression, 100%. I can't argue with this. Congratulations, Buffins. And once again, thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time. And if you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you like and subscribe. And the comment of the day today goes to Red Feather 7986. 6. Hey everyone, I just wanted to say, I have medical issues that cause a lot of brain fog. It's really difficult and almost overwhelming to my brain to read big text blocks. I'm so glad Vincey's reading these because I literally couldn't. So proud to be a part of this community. Aw, and thank you for being a part of this community. Your support means so much to me, and I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing okay. We have an awesome community. I'm so proud of us and growing every single day. And yeah, guys, that was so fun. I hope you had a wonderful time. Hopefully it wasn't too concerning, but it probably was. And let's do it again tomorrow, shall we? Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!